Fisher. I'm the archivist here at the Petersen Automotive Museum. Today we're going to take you on a behind-the-scenes look of some of the work we do in our galleries and other archival spaces for a day in the life as the archivist here. This is our Arm & Hammer Foundation Gallery. We're currently installing the Pininfarina exhibit. So this is what a gallery looks like when it's under construction. As you can see, some of the cars are ready, some are not. If you look over here, we have display cases where archival material will go, which I will actually show you how I mount and get ready for exhibition later. You can see we don't have a lot of space to work with, so I'm going to have to do some MacGyvering to figure out how to display the objects safely and in a compelling way as well. Moving forward, you can see that we still don't have all of our text panels up. Exhibitions is working on getting everything up and looking good. We have an amazing team of exhibition people that work here to get galleries ready, from car porters and collection guys to people who fabricate things. So it's a big, huge team effort here. Moving forward into our Mullen Gallery, we actually have our Hollywood exhibition still on display here. This is what an exhibition looks like once we've finished with it. Now, as the archivist for the museum, it's just myself and our preservationist who take care of everything that is not a car in an exhibition or in our collection. So anything that is archival or maybe a 3D artifact you see mounted is something that we have a hand in fabricating mounts for, or taking care of while it's on exhibition and monitoring, the preservation of it. Here's an example of smaller 3D artifacts. We have some small car models that we helped mount. These look like they're floating kind of, or they don't have anything attaching them to the base, but actually we have small little foam mounts under each one that we had to hand cut. So that's always fun when you have to make little tiny things or mounts for each and every object. Moving over here, I'll show you something kind of silly I have to do. Not only do we have to mount and take care of the objects, we have to make sure they look good and are performing sometimes in an exhibition. So when Bumblebee is on display properly, he has his eyes lit up, but he is actually operated via a battery pack, not a plug. And so weekly, I have to go in and change the rechargeable batteries on him. And you do that by removing this panel right here and changing the batteries up there. Our security team helps us out by turning him on and off every day. But we have to check the batteries. So. Moving forward over here, we do have some other objects that we would kind of take care of. Sometimes objects are unique in that they have both a vehicle collection and a kind of an artifact collection category. So we work with our collections team to make sure that everything is, properly taken care of and looks good for the exhibition. Here's another example of something that we have to check on and take care of. When this guy came to us, actually, this particular piece had detached from his leg and we had it kind of dangling down here. So I had to go in with what looks like almost like a fishing line, but it's conservation grade, and basically tie his little piece in there back to his leg so it looks good for exhibition. So I like to check on it every once in a while to make sure that it's still holding, and yep, he's still holding. We don't need more gum in there. I'm just joking. This was a larger exhibition, so we did work with a company to have some of the mounts and cases made. I worked with them hands-on to make sure that the mounts were safe for the objects. I always like to check on the objects, make sure everything looks stabilized. I clean and assess the objects before they're mounted to make sure they are safe and ready and look good. I also like to work with the people who fabricate the mounts to make sure that everything is stable, because sometimes we do move these cases for events or for cleaning, and we don't want an object falling over while it's in the case, or, you know, an earthquake as well. We are in California. Another example of a car that's also kind of under my care, but also under collections. You can see that this particular acrylic panel is kind of coming off here. When this came to us, actually this entire piece was off, as well as on the other side. And the reason being is these are movie props, right? They're not actually made to run and be actual cars. And they also have to be modified while you're filming. And so this had to pop off so we could get the actor inside. I believe Tom Cruise was in here. And then it had to be put back on. It was actually put on with Velcro. So when it came to us, it was not in the best condition. So I had to work with, you know, getting lender permission and work with our team to make sure that we applied new Velcro and got it stuck on there. It was quite the challenge. So, and it did also involve me having to climb in there and figure some things out. So sometimes we have to climb in the objects. Here's an example of some artwork we have on display. These are some pieces from Sid Mead. You can see that they are properly framed and matted. We like to check on these and make sure that the frame is stable, nothing's, you know, failing on the mount. We don't want an earthquake or someone to knock the wall and something to fall off. Of course, we also like to look at the lighting to make sure that it's not too much light for certain objects. I work with the lenders or the artists to see what the lighting requirements are so that we preserve things for as long as possible. Some things can't be on display too long or require certain kind of lighting depending on the material and aid. Well, I guess this exhibition is just full of things that I had to climb into, because one of our spinners from Blade Runner actually came with the glove box failing, and it was falling out off of the dash here. And again, they're movie props, right? They're not exactly made to the best quality. They're made to get through filming. And so I had to have this taken off and climb in there and apply conservation grade glue and make sure that it was secure in there for exhibition. We try not to climb in the objects when we don't have to, but this is certainly a case, and I like to make sure it's doing okay, so I don't have to climb in there again, and it looks like it's doing just fine. I'll check on it again probably next week as well, along with the other objects in the gallery. Thank you so much for joining me on our behind-the-scenes tour of how we take care of our galleries here at the Petersen. Please don't forget to comment your favorite vehicle that you saw here today, and like this video and subscribe.